Hey YouTube, come on into my world, Steffi's world. And let's get into this recap with spoilers, episode 206 of Raising Kanan, which was titled, It's a Business, Man. It started off with Rock pretty much having a meeting and saying, we're not bending over for the Italians. And she said that no hill is not too big to die on. She tells and Marvin and Lulu about she wants Kanan, taking more responsibilities and kind of stepping up. And while Rock and Royale was talking, he's trying to convince her of his loyalty. And she even said the loyal ones is the ones that you have to watch. And he claims that, he just bumps into Unique from time to time. And Marvin is asking about Tony, trying to find out what's up with her and whatnot. And Detective Howard is waiting on someone, and we don't know who that someone is. Rock tells Kanan he'll be a leader and not like the others. Detective Burke, being Detective Burke, is going through old cases and trying to connect the dots. And I'm telling you, her days are numbered. Did she not see what happened to the nosy detective in BMF? That's gonna be her fate. Rock, Lulu, and Marvin goes to see Unique, and he tells Lulu, I think you missed on purpose. I don't think you got no heart. And Rock tells him, we got an Italian problem. And she's telling Unique what's going on, and he was like, he rolled solo, and she was like, no, we carpooling when we go to Jersey. And she tells Lulu set it up and set up something out in the open. Laverne is trying on dresses. Her mom is fussing over her, and she tells her that she's stunning. And Laverne turns away from her, and she swallows hard because I think she knows that her lifestyle is going to be a problem with her mom. Marvin is talking in group like his job is his business, the way he has the structure set up. And I guess in a sense that it is, but it's not business like they think. And it's like hilarious to see where he's coming from. Words matter. This is what they talk about also in group. Marvin gets the overly aggressive, and he slipped up and said, which I believe he meant it, that he's overly attractive. Laverne and her mom are out shopping, and people who knows Jook roll up, and they talking, putting out the business. They used to boost together and whatnot, and they kind of being a little disrespectful. And finally, her mom has got to tell him, like, I'm Laverne's mother, because it was like, you don't boost no more, and this, that, and the other. And at the meeting at the boardwalk, is Unique over with the Italians, and is Rock, Lulu, and of course Marvin. And Sal said the only reason that he met was because of what happened in the Catskills. That was wrong for what happened to Kanan. And he was like, they have a strict rule. They don't do kids. But he said that's the only reason. But he said that he's willing to carve off the interest with no modification of the deal. But, and this is the big but, Unique has to run the New Jersey operation. Rock didn't want to, but she had the grin and bear it, shake on it, the whole nine. And she accuses him of Royal of cooking up the whole thing. And Kanan's at the spot making a pickup to take to the bodega. And the guy kept telling him, brown, bad guy, and you don't ask no question. He was with Famous. And they get rolled up on, and they get jacked. Guy takes Freddie's change, and they take the duffel bag, the book bag that has the money in it, and it's Freddie. And Kanan tried to tell him, I don't think that's what you want to do. And I'm sitting up here like, dude, do you not know who that is? You messing up. And Rock is meeting with Cartier, and he slapped a worker who just asked about taking a painting down to his car. He was like, don't you ever interrupt me. And he was talking about how he doesn't do New Jersey. He has business DC, Baltimore, Norfolk. And he was like, they'll pay whatever price he sets, and he pays the dude what he just slapped. So I think that was a show of power and how he got his people in check. Lulu is in the studio with some beats. Ziza comes in and she tells him her song is not on the radio, and Cartier is talking about taking her somewhere else. She tells him that Laverne confronted her about the song, and she's flirting with Lulu, but he walks away, and he needs to continue to walk away, but I don't think it's going to go down like that. The last thing he needs to do is to be evidence artist. He don't need that. He don't mix business with pleasure. Kanan is with Famous at his apartment, and he goes to the neighbor's house looking for a knife. And Korean mothers tells her not to get in a man's way who wants to work in the kitchen. And when he goes in there, she gives him a gun and kisses him and tell him that it could get hot in the kitchen sometimes, and she wouldn't want him to get burned. First of all, you don't take unknown guns for people. It could be a body on that gun. And this is just too easy with her and the daughter practically hitting it and practically throwing it at him and whatnot. I mean, in my mind, my prediction is she's setting him up and she's up to something. I almost wanted to say maybe she was undercover or something trying to build with him, but not with her kid. But it's something that just does not sit right with how easy it is with her and her daughter. So Kanan and Famous roll up on Freddie. Kanan pistol whipped him and he beat him he beat the mess out of him, and it's an old man at the doorway, and Famous is like, come on, we gotta go. So as they was leaving the spot, the cops roll up and they run and they catch Famous, but Kanan got away. Rock is making dinner, and it's a family affair. It's playing in the background. Marvin's talking to Rock about Catskills, and she says she feels like Kanan is having a convo in his head, and she ain't in it. And Rock spoke to Marvin about him putting his hands on Juke, and she was like, if you ever do that again, I'll kill you myself. She also tells him that she's in touch with her mother. And he was like, why she want to show up after 16 years later to the party and blow the candles out? Kanan wants to get Famous out, and she says no. Detective Burke is talking about Howard with her ex-girlfriend who's trying to spend the night. So even over there on her personal time, she is just obsessed with whatever is going on with Detective Howard. At the family dinner, Laverne is there, and Kanan tells Lulu about Famous. And Rock was like, you can tell him all you want to. It still ain't going to change. I'm not getting him out. Famous is in jail rapping. And the guy said, the streets need a body. That's you. And he told him that his rap is garbage. Marvin sits with Kanan, who tells him that the cops got the money too. Apparently the money was on, or either when they snatched him up, the money was on Famous. And Marvin was like, I ain't helping you out of this. And Rock asks Lulu, is it true that he ain't down no more, he don't have no heart? And she told him what Crown said, and he asked her straight up, why you telling me this? Why you telling me this now? And sometimes when somebody tells you something, you really have to ask yourself, like, what is your motive behind telling me this? And she said she just wanted him to know. And she said her conscience, but not her conscience, but her subconscious is just telling her she should let him go. Marvin goes to see Kenya, and she let him in without a word. He called her a bootleg Anita Baker. He was very hurt that she left, and he said that she left without a word. She apologized, and he told her basically to stay gone. Rock tells Unique he's a guest and not to put his feet up on the furniture. What did he do? Put his feet up on the furniture. Famous got out. Detective Howard got him out, and along with all the money. Detective Burke sees them talking, and the crackhead from the neighborhood also see them as well. Kanan was the one who stood him up. That's who he was waiting for in the diner, and he hands him something, which I believe is the DNA test results. He called Famous a clown, and Crown tells Lulu, I'm sorry, then it goes down with Crown. Lulu tells Crown, because Crown in there talking mess to him, and he was like, I was willing to let it go about Jessica, but this is business. And Crown insults him, you ain't nothing but Rock's little brother. He's just talking ish. And Lulu decked him again. This time he knocked him through a glass table. And this time he picked up a cord and he proceeds to strangle him. And it wasn't an easy go. He walked him. But he strangled him and he killed him. And the narration said, hurt ends. And Lulu is standing over his dead body. Ziza's at the door and said, what we gonna do with him now? So my conclusion is Crown sincerely underestimated Lulu. Now Lulu and Ziza is in this together because she knows. So I think that they're gonna go ahead and cross the line, try to mix business and pleasure, which is gonna become a mess. Rock is probably gonna find out that Freddie pulled that mess with Kanan, and she gonna have a lot of smoke with him. And Detective Burke should be meeting her demise soon for being so nosy and being up in people's business. And I wonder how Kanan's gonna feel when he see the DNA test results, because I sure believe that's what Howard handed to him. So I believe they may be on hiatus this week. I don't know. I heard something about we'll have to wait till October to find out. I'm not sure. I was gonna say same place, same bet time. I catch the midnight drops, usually Saturday night, Sunday morning, that sort of thing. And let's see what happens, and let's stick with it. It's heating up and it's going in all kinds of directions. So if you want to connect with me, you can follow me on Twitter at Cosby COSBEE. I am Miss Cosby on Insta. Try to stay positive, prayerful, and productive. Till the next time, peace.